Join Perry Ross as we embark on an extraordinary journey to the edge of the world, exploring uncharted territories and limitless possibilities. All stories by Perry Ross include morals and values to build character in children. No part of this publication may be reproduced, distributed, or transmitted in any form or by any means, including photocopying, recording, or other electronic or mechanical methods without the prior written permission of the publisher, except in the case of brief quotations embodied in critical reviews and certain other non-commercial uses permitted by copyright law. The sky glowed gold and pink as Lila Bright sat on her porch, her eyes wide with wonder. The warm light spilled across the hills, painting everything in soft, shimmering colors. Finn Bright pulled his blue hoodie close against the evening breeze and looked up at his sister, his face full of curiosity. "What's at the edge of the world, Lila?" Finn asked, his voice curious and bold. "I wonder if it's full of treasures or maybe a big waterfall." Lila met his gaze, and for a moment neither spoke. The idea shimmered between them, bright as the sky above. She smiled slowly, the kind of smile that meant adventure was coming. "I don't know, Finn, but I think it's something amazing," said Lila. "I feel like we should go find out together." Together they stood, feeling the pull of something far away. The porch creaked as they stepped down, ready to leave the comfort of home. The golden horizon seemed to whisper promises. "Yes, let's go, Lila," said Finn excitedly. "I'm ready for an adventure." Without another word, they decided they would find out for themselves where the sun went when it slipped away. Early the next morning, Lila packed bread, crisp apples, and a folded map into her old backpack. The leather straps creaked softly as she tightened them, and the backpack felt heavy but exciting on her back. Finn bounded down the porch steps, his blue hoodie bright against the silver dew that sparkled like tiny diamonds on the grass. The air smelled fresh, like wet leaves and grass after rain. Ahead, the dirt path curved past tall, whispering grass that swayed gently in the breeze like it was waving hello. Lila adjusted the backpack on her shoulders, feeling the weight of their supplies. "I packed everything we need, Finn," said Lila. "I have apples for when we get hungry." "Let's follow the sun, Lila," said Finn with a grin that matched the rising light. "I bet it's leading us to something super fun." They stepped onto the path, leaving behind the small white house with its cozy windows. Each step carried them farther from home and closer to the horizon. "I'm excited, Finn," said Lila. "I wonder what we'll see first." Somewhere beyond those hills, the edge of the world waited, and they meant to reach it together. The path led them to a grove where the sunlight broke into dancing shadows beneath wide oak branches, like spots of light playing tag on the ground. The leaves rustled overhead, making a soft whispering sound, and the air felt cooler here with a fresh woody smell. Lila slowed her pace, listening to the soft hum of the forest, her golden hair catching the dappled light. Suddenly, an amber-eyed bird swooped down from above, wings beating with a gentle rush of wind that ruffled their clothes. The owl landed on a sturdy branch just ahead, his feathers patterned in shades of brown and gold, looking wise and fluffy. "I am Oliver the Owl," he said, his voice calm and deep, carrying easily through the grove. "Who are you two adventurers?" Finn stepped closer, curious about the wise gaze fixed on them. The forest seemed to hush, waiting for what Oliver might say next. "I'm Finn, and this is my sister Lila," said Finn. "We're going to the edge of the world." Oliver the Owl studied them with a steady, knowing look, his amber eyes glowing faintly as sunlight filtered through the leaves like golden threads. He lifted one wing and pointed toward the west, where the sun shimmered above distant hills, making them look like soft, rolling waves. "The road is long," said Oliver, "but worth each step you take. I have flown far and seen many things." Lila Bright nodded respectfully. "Thank you, Oliver," said Lila. "I feel braver already hearing that." Finn straightened his blue hoodie and grinned. "We'll be brave, Oliver," said Finn. "I promise I won't get scared." Oliver's feathers ruffled in the breeze as he watched them walk on, the gold of morning guiding their way like a friendly light. The siblings walked deeper into the woods until the trees grew thicker, blocking most of the sunlight and creating cool, shadowy spots. The air grew warm and still, carrying the scent of moss and earth, like the smell of a hidden garden. Lila brushed aside a low branch, scanning the path ahead, her eyes alert for any surprises. From behind a mossy rock, a flash of orange darted into view, quick as a shooting star. A small squirrel stepped forward, the tip of his bushy tail twitching excitedly. "Need a guide?" asked Sonny the squirrel, adjusting the orange scarf tied neatly around his neck. "I know all the best paths." Finn looked at Lila, unsure, but she smiled at the friendly face. Sonny's bright eyes sparkled as if he knew every secret trail in this forest. "That would be great, Sonny," said Lila. "I think we could use some help." "Yes, please show us the way, Sonny," said Finn. "I love exploring." Sonny the squirrel scurried ahead, leading them through twisting trails lined with glowing mushrooms that shone like little lanterns in the dim light. The pale light cast gentle circles on the ground, making the path seem magical and full of wonder. Lila laughed softly at the strange, gentle lights, her golden hair catching the glow like a halo. Finn hurried to keep up, his boots crunching softly on fallen leaves that crackled like popcorn. Around them, the forest seemed alive with soft rustles and curious eyes peeking from shadows, as if animals were watching their adventure. Sonny darted left, then right, always finding the clearest way forward. "Stay close, Lila and Finn," said Sonny. "I don't want you to get lost in these twists." "We're right behind you, Sonny," said Finn. "This is so fun. I feel like we're in a magic forest." "Thank you for guiding us, Sonny," said Lila. "I love how the mushrooms glow." The siblings followed, feeling as though they were stepping deeper into a story neither had heard before. They passed under low branches and over roots until the ground turned bright with a carpet of yellow leaves, like a golden blanket spread out for them. Each step made them crunch and crackle, sounding like whispers underfoot, and the air carried a sharp scent of autumn, fresh and crisp. Sonny stopped at the edge of the golden carpet and pointed ahead with a small paw, his tail flicking happily. "Beyond that is the river you must cross," said Sonny, his tone both cheerful and important. Finn leaned forward, spotting a silver glimmer through the trees like a shiny ribbon. Lila tightened her backpack straps, ready for whatever waited beyond those leaves. "Thank you for showing us, Sonny," said Lila. "I'm excited to see the river." "Will it be hard to cross, Sonny?" asked Finn. "I hope we can make it." The yellow leaves gave way to soft earth at the edge of a silver stream, where the water sparkled like jewels in the sun. A small wooden dock stretched into the water, its boards worn smooth by many journeys, creaking gently with the waves. Beside it stood a man in a bright yellow coat, the sunlight catching on the fabric like it was made of gold. He tipped his wide-brimmed hat as they approached, smiling warmly. "I'm Captain Marigold," he said warmly, his voice carrying over the gentle splash of the stream. "Are you ready for a boat ride?" Finn glanced at Lila, sensing this man was part of their quest. The boat behind him rocked lightly with the current, ready to carry them onward. "Yes, Captain Marigold, we need to cross," said Lila. "I'm Lila, and this is Finn." "Take us across, please, Captain Marigold," said Finn. "I've never been on a boat before." Captain Marigold welcomed them aboard with a broad smile, his yellow coat fluttering in the breeze. The sturdy boat smelled faintly of pine and river water, fresh and adventurous. Lila stepped carefully onto the deck, feeling the gentle sway beneath her feet like a soft rocking chair. The river sparkled in the sunlight, broken only by ripples from the boat's movement, and silver fish darted below in quick flashes like underwater stars. Finn leaned over the edge, watching with wide eyes. Captain Marigold untied the rope and pushed away from the dock. The current caught them, carrying the boat downstream toward the far bank. The air was cool and fresh, filled with the sound of water. "Hold on tight, Leela and Finn," said Captain Marigold. "I'll get you there safely." "This is exciting, Captain Marigold," said Finn. "I see fish swimming." "I love the way the boat moves, Captain Marigold," said Lila. "Thank you for helping us." Halfway across the wide river, the current grew stronger, tugging at the boat like a playful giant. Waves slapped against the sides, sending sprays of water onto the deck that sparkled like raindrops. Lila gripped the wooden rail tightly, her knuckles pale, feeling the thrill and a bit of fear. Captain Marigold stood firm at the helm, steering with steady hands and sharp eyes, his hat staying firmly on his head. "Hold fast, we're almost there," called Captain Marigold over the roar of water. Finn braced his feet and kept his balance, feeling the thrill of the challenge, his blue hoodie getting splashed. "I'm holding on, Captain Marigold," said Finn. "This is a little scary, but fun." "We trust you, Captain Marigold," said Lila. "I can see the other side now." The boat bumped gently against the far bank, and Captain Marigold helped them step onto the wet ground, his strong hands steady. Their clothes clung to them, dripping from the river's spray, but they felt accomplished and wet like after a fun water game. "Safe and sound," said Captain Marigold, tipping his hat once more. His yellow coat stood out bright against the mist rising from the water like a foggy veil. Lila and Finn waved goodbye, watching him guide the boat back into the current. Then they turned toward the west, pressing on toward the setting sun, their path now free of rivers. "Thank you so much, Captain Marigold," said Lila. "We couldn't have crossed without you." "Bye, Captain Marigold," said Finn. "That was the best boat ride ever." The land ahead rose into rolling hills, each dotted with wildflowers in colors as bright as painted skies, reds, blues, and yellows blooming everywhere. Lila breathed in deeply, catching the scent of lavender mixed with fresh rain, sweet and calming like a garden hug. The wind pushed gently at their backs, carrying them toward the horizon like a helpful friend. Finn's boots rustled through grass that reached his knees, soft and tickly. "Feels like we're getting closer, Lila," said Finn, his eyes fixed on the farthest hill. "I can't wait to see what's next." "I agree, Finn," said Lila. "I love all these pretty flowers." The siblings kept walking, feeling excitement rise with each step forward. At the crest of a tall hill, they spotted a figure waiting. The blue cloak shimmered faintly in the wind, flowing like a soft wave. As they approached, the figure stepped forward, revealing sharp eyes that glinted like silver in sunlight, full of mystery. "I am Misty the Fox," she said softly, her voice carrying a calm strength. "What brings you to this hill?" Lila studied her, sensing this meeting would be important. Finn's fingers tightened on his hoodie strings, bracing for whatever came next. "I'm Lila, and this is Finn," said Lila. "We're going to the edge of the world." "Yes, Misty, we want to see where the sun goes," said Finn. "Can you help us?" Misty the Fox paced slowly around them, her paws silent against the grass like a quiet shadow. The blue cloak swayed with each step, and her gaze never wavered, piercing and wise. "The edge of the world tests courage," said Misty, her voice low but clear. "Do you think you have enough?" Lila's heart pounded in her chest, the meaning of those words settling heavily like a challenge. "I think we do, Misty," said Lila. "We've come this far already." Finn glanced at his sister, searching her face for confidence. The wind seemed to pause, waiting for their answer. "I'm a little scared, but I'll try, Misty," said Finn. Misty led them to a narrow wooden bridge stretched over a deep ravine, the planks swaying slightly under the breeze like a swing. The ropes creaked in the wind, and far below, rocks looked tiny and sharp. Finn stared at the gap below, his throat tight, feeling dizzy from the height. "We can do this, Finn," whispered Lila, her voice steady. "I'll go first." She stepped onto the first plank, feeling it shift beneath her boots. Misty stood at the edge, watching with sharp eyes to see if they would cross. "Be careful, Lila and Finn," said Misty. "I know you can make it." "I'm right behind you, Lila," said Finn. "This looks wobbly." Lila kept her eyes forward, her steps measured and calm, holding the ropes tightly. Finn focused on the steady rhythm of her movement, ignoring the dizzying drop below where the ground seemed so far away. Each plank groaned under their weight, but held firm like a strong friend. When they reached the final plank, Finn exhaled in relief, his legs trembling from the effort. "We did it, Lila," said Finn. "I was so nervous." "You were brave, Finn," said Lila. "I'm proud of us." "Good job," said Misty from the other side. On the far side of the ravine, Misty nodded with approval, her blue cloak settling around her. "You've passed the test," said Misty, her voice carrying pride. "You showed real courage." Without another word, she turned and vanished into the tall grass, her blue cloak fading from sight like a disappearing dream. The siblings exchanged smiles, relief, and excitement mixing in their eyes. The path beyond seemed brighter now, as if courage had unlocked something ahead. "Thank you, Misty," called Lila. "We won't forget this." "That was tough, but we did it, Lila," said Finn. They followed a dirt path bordered by towering sunflowers, their tall stems reaching up like giants. The blooms swayed gently, their yellow faces turning toward the warm light, bright and cheerful. Finn reached up, brushing his fingers against a soft petal that felt velvety and smooth. The gentle touch made him smile widely. Lila walked beside him, feeling the sun's heat on her shoulders like a warm blanket. The flowers stood like cheerful sentinels, watching them continue toward the horizon. "These sunflowers are so tall, Finn," said Lila. "I feel like they're smiling at us." "Yes, Lila, they're my favorite," said Finn. "I wish I could take one home." Clouds began to roll in, dimming the bright sky like a gray curtain closing. A cool drizzle fell, soaking their hair and clothes with tiny cold drops. The path darkened under the shadow of the clouds, turning muddy and slippery. "Should we turn back, Lila?" asked Finn, his voice uncertain. Raindrops slid down his cheeks as he looked at her, feeling a bit worried. She paused, the question hanging between them like the mist in the air. "I'm thinking, Finn," said Lila. "It's getting wet, but I don't want to stop yet." Lila thought of Oliver's calm advice and Sonny's cheerful guidance through the forest, remembering their kind words. She pictured Captain Marigold's steady hands and Misty's sharp eyes, all the friends who had helped them. The path ahead looked misty and uncertain, but something in her heart felt sure, like a warm light inside. "Let's keep going, Finn," decided Lila, her voice firm. Finn nodded slowly, trusting her choice. Together they stepped forward into the soft rain, each drop a drumbeat for their journey. "Okay, Lila, I trust you," said Finn. "I remember our friends too. They'd say to be brave." The rain eased until only a few drops fell from the clouds, like the last tears of the sky. A rainbow arched across the horizon, its colors glowing against the gray sky. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple shining brightly. Their spirits lifted as they splashed through shallow puddles that reflected the colors above. Finn laughed, pointing at the bright bands above them with excitement. Lila smiled, feeling the warmth of hope return. The rainbow seemed to promise wonders waiting just ahead. "Look at that rainbow, Finn," said Lila. "It's so beautiful. I think it's a good sign." "Yes, Lila, it's the prettiest I've ever seen," said Finn. "I feel happy again." They climbed a final ridge, the air cooler with each step upward, fresh and crisp like mountain air. The grass grew shorter, and the wind swept freely across the hilltop, whistling softly. At the peak, they stopped to catch their breath, panting a little from the climb. Below, the land stretched endlessly, dotted with glimmers of water like shiny coins. The sun hung low, glowing orange against the wide sky, as if marking the place they had sought. "We're almost there, Lila," said Finn. "I can see so far." "Yes, Finn, this view is amazing," said Lila. "I'm glad we kept going." The edge of the world appeared as a cliff high above a shimmering ocean, with waves crashing far below like white foam. Waves crashed far below, sending mist into the air that sparkled in the light. Lila's breath caught at the sight, the vastness making her feel small and proud all at once, like standing on top of the world. Finn stepped closer to the edge, his eyes wide with awe. The ocean roared, welcoming the sun toward its surface. "Wow, Lila, look at the ocean," said Finn. "It's huge. I've never seen anything like it." "It's breathtaking, Finn," said Lila. "I feel so happy we made it." They sat together at the cliff's edge, the wind brushing past them like a gentle pat. The sun sank slowly toward the water, turning the waves to gold that shimmered and danced. "It's even better than I imagined, Lila," said Finn quietly, his voice filled with wonder. "But I think our friends made it special." Lila nodded, unable to find words that matched the beauty before them at first. The world seemed to pause for this moment, holding them in its glow. "You're right, Finn," said Lila. "I love this, but the way we got here was the best part." As the sky deepened to purple like a soft blanket of night, Lila and Finn remembered each friend they had met. Oliver's wisdom guided their steps, Sunny's cheer brightened their path, Captain Marigold's steady hands had carried them safely, and Misty's challenge had tested their courage. These memories felt as vivid as the colors streaking the sky, warm and happy in their hearts. "I'll never forget Oliver, Sunny, Captain Marigold, and Misty," said Lila. "They were so kind to us." "Me too, Lila," said Finn. "They made our trip so much fun." Finn smiled, his eyes reflecting the fading light like little stars. "I think the best part wasn't here, but getting here, Lila," said Finn. "All the adventures along the way." Lila agreed, warmth spreading in her chest despite the cool breeze from the ocean that carried a salty scent. She realized their steps, laughter, and challenges had been the real treasure. The cliff was beautiful, but the road had been magic. "You're so right, Finn," said Lila. "The joy was in the journey, not just this spot." They stood, ready to begin the journey home under the first stars of night that twinkled like diamonds. The path back seemed friendlier now, lit by silver moonlight that made everything glow softly. "Let's see what else we find on the way home, Finn," said Lila, her voice full of new adventure. Finn grinned, pulling his hoodie tighter against the cool air as they stepped away from the cliff. "Yes, Lila, more adventures," said Finn. "I can't wait." Walking side by side, they felt the joy of the journey in every step, their boots crunching on the path. The edge of the world had shown them courage, friendship, and wonder, like lessons wrapped in fun. The road home seemed endless with possibilities, each turn a chance for something new. They carried their true treasure within them, knowing the adventure was far from over. "This was the best day ever, Finn," said Lila. I learned that the fun is in going, not just arriving. I agree, Lila, said Finn. Let's have more journeys together.